Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles. Vote Beer Man, Block Larry 2024. That's my political statement for the day.
It's our
to the
best
left. That's our best hope. To the left, the neckbeard psychologist from Twitter. He's back. Suntan from vacation. Minus half a liver. The neckbeard psychologist, Dr. Don Wayne, everybody. Don, what do you got for us first?
I don't know. I've been out of pocket for a week. I'll tell you now, It was nice to unplug from the wrestling world, unplug from Twitter, most social media. If you don't do it, I highly advise it. It will help you perhaps get a new perspective on things, maybe help you reset your own battery and take a look at some stuff. Thank you all for joining us on a Sunday. This was an impromptu show. I figured we'd get this back on, get us rolling again. A lot of news came out this past week. I saw some of the highlights. I just want to cover this real quick because I saw you did the watch along, and I hope everybody enjoyed that, and I appreciate you doing that. But the big thing that came out of that watch along that I saw was the MJF Ospreay match, the Ocean Spray match. And I said, talked to you last night. You said, Don, take a look at it. Let me know what you think. You gave me your opinion of it. Here's my opinion of that match, because I did want to cover this real quick before we get into the ratings for that show, before we get into some other stuff, some other needless business that's going on, because all of a sudden today news is breaking left and right. So here we go. I watched that match, and I came out of that match thinking Ocean Spray is going to do the same flippity-do shit in that ring, no matter who he's in the ring with. He's going to do the same shit. He tried to do the same thing, flip over the ropes, flip under the ropes. He tried to do the same shit over and over and over. It's the same match with this guy. He is highly athletic, but he does not tell me the story in the course of the match. MJF was trying to sell me a story throughout this match. He'd roll out of the ring when it looked like he was beat. Ocean Spray I don't know what it is about his style of wrestling. I don't care for it. I just don't. I thought I would give it a chance. I tried to watch it. Within the first 5 or 10 minutes of this match, he did the entire flippy shtick where, and forgive me for this, but why the shit do they both run at the ropes at almost the same time? One will come springboarding off and the other one runs right behind him. What the hell is that even about? Because they did this shit again. He does it in every match he does this shit. I can't figure it out. As soon as I saw that, I said, he's going to do the same shit no matter who he's in the ring with. The same shit.
MJF tried to work an old school heel type, his side of the match. And as you call him, Ocean Spray, Billy Ocean Spray, was just all over the place. And, he tried to sell a body part. MJF worked on his shoulder. They worked on his leg, his knee. And the kid kept forgetting, what am I supposed to sell? And, beating on his knee left and right. And then he's doing backflips off the top turnbuckle on the bad leg. Diving over the ropes onto MJF with a bad shoulder. Got the guy tied up on the rail outside the ring. The referee, they were out there for a good 10 minutes. The referee just threw his hands up and stopped counting. He was done.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. You noticed it too. There was a couple points in particular. He kept slapping on both legs because I was like, did he forget which leg MJF was working over on him? When he climbed up on the turnbuckle was the prime example. He climbs up, his left leg slips on the rope, and he immediately grabs his right leg like, ow, what the hell are you doing? I guess people like this kind of shit. But when he did the whole flippity-doo out thing and then he did his ninja pose, because that's what I'm calling it now. It's the Ninja Gaiden pose that he does at the end of that shit. He does his entire 2024 gymnastics routine and then goes and see and poses right there. Like I'm supposed to be impressed with this shit.
Like the Iron Man landing in the Marvel movies. So he lands like a 3-point stance, but Ocean Spray's got his arm up in the back. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's the one.
Yes. It's when you sell a body part in the old school method that we've seen over the last 30 years, you're told when you break into professional wrestling, Work the left. Work the left. You work the left arm of the opponent or the left leg, the left limb, the left side of the body. That's what you work. That's regardless. And he just kept forgetting. He probably hasn't sold in all those matches over in Japan. It's just one spot after another, flippity doodah, all over the place. You chop me, I'll chop you. Nobody sells anything unless, you get hit in the head so hard you have to have your brain removed over in Japan. But they got good doctors for that too, by the way.
That's what I hear. It's one of those deals.
But Ospreay, he's working the American style and against American, all different types of American opponents that work all different types of styles, whether it's the Japanese style, the strong style, the old school style like MJF, the American flippy do, the whole 9 yards. I just don't understand why that match had to go for an hour, Don. Why did it have to go for an hour? It's a great 20-minute match.
I don't know if I wouldn't even say it was great because once he started doing the flip shit, I was done with it immediately. I don't care for that. I don't care for all the flips. If you want to do it once in a while, that's a cool spot. Awesome. He does it nonstop throughout the match and it loses its luster with me. There's no story this guy's telling that I can hang with. There's nothing he's doing that I want to deal with. I'm about checked out on Ocean Spray at this point in time. MJF won the thing. The pile driver he gave him in the middle of the ring looked great, by the way. Looked like $1 million damn.
You watched that entire match, right?
No. Like when it got to the 30-minute point, I said, I'm going to hit fast forward. If something catches my eye, I'll stop. The pile driver caught my eye. Yeah, I saw the ending.
Was it an accident? Did he not kick out? Was he supposed to kick out and retain his championship? Was it supposed to go to the 60-minute time limit?
No, it is my opinion. He was absolutely supposed to take the pin. I really believe that.
So, interesting that MJF probably said, I'll do your hour-long match to drive the ratings up, but you're going to give me his belt. Then guess what he said? Why would he just take that belt off of Ocean Spray? He just got it.
I didn't get it. I'm never going to get it. That's becoming apparent now. I'm not going to get the whole Ocean Spray effect. Got Ocean Spray from my tan, baby, but I'm not going to stand in the ring, baby. I don't understand what you're doing. Your psychology is all over the place, baby. You're flipping and flapping. You're doing some shit, baby. You're selling the wrong knee, baby. It's the other knee. What the hell is you doing on the turnbuckles? I don't care.
Was that the right match at the right time to boost the ratings?
No. Look, to boost
what would you have had?
Yes. No. To boost the ratings, yes. This will get you ratings, and it did. It pulled them like a 794 an average or some shit like that. The problem is, as soon as that went off the air, everybody saw what the rest of the show was and said, I'm out of here. This is a shit sandwich, and I'm not taking a bite of this. No,
it went right to the Young Bucks. Right to the Young Bucks and Okada and Mercedes Moné,
who were trying like hell to ride that ratings. Just ride that ratings horse all the way to the end. And it didn't work out for him, did it? You got the ratings up real quick? Okay.
Beginning of the show, 871. That was the lead-in from the Big Bang Theory. 871,000 people tuned in for the entire first hour. 2, 3, 4. They ended with 841,000.
So they only lost about 30,000 people.
That's it. They actually picked up people, Don, because it went down to 829. It went back up to 834 at 830. It stayed steady to 845. At 841, at 9 o'clock, it went down to 8. At 9 o'clock, it went up to 841 because everyone came back and wanted to see who won the match. Who won. And then the Young Bucks and Okada came out, and Mercedes Moné joined them. And it went right down the tubes with that match against Nyla Rose, the 769. They lost almost 80,000 people.
Yeah, wow, that's a pretty big drop off. That's that ain't cool.
Oh, they're not done yet.
Oh boy,
the drop offs aren't done yet because you had Swerve versus Okada in the main event with several run-ins by many people that are going to be in this blood and guts match. It went to 734 for the end of the. It was the Jungle Boy promo with Mariah May. She came out for a promo, and the Bang Bang Gang came out.
Oh, God.
And did a promo.
Well, can we back up real quick? Can we back up real quick?
Yeah.
Okada apparently has a crush on Mercedes Moné from what I saw.
Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that in a week.
Dude, that was just cringy as shit. Nothing about it got over. It was so... What grown man approaches a woman like that is my question. I don't know it. None of my friends do. I can tell you that much right now. It just, when I saw it, I just thought this is cringy as shit. This is bad pro wrestling. This is what some mark in a basement thinks about when he thinks about the pretty girl in high school. Oh, I'd be so nervous to talk to her. No grown man talks like that, asshole. Hey, let me buy you a beer. Let me buy you a drink. What's your thirst? That's how it works. You don't go, oh, you're so pretty. Get the fuck out of here with this nonsense.
And I did forget that Jericho was in the mix at the 9 o'clock mark. He was in the mix with a promo. He didn't help. He didn't help the cause. Jungle Boy, Mariah May, Bang Bang Brothers, they came out.
Yeah, what was that number?
That was like 734.
Oh, wow.
734. Yeah.
So a half an hour, they dropped 100,000 people?
Dude, when Swerve came out, when Swerve and Okada came out for their match, they were at 701. That's how bad it was. And no one stayed around for the end because at 685 is when the show went off the air for the overrun. 685. Jeez. It was horrible.
Is Blood and Guts this week or is it next week?
I believe it's this week.
I can't recall, and I'm not going to check into it because it doesn't matter. I'll let them surprise me when they shit on my TV on Wednesday.
I think it's this week because some people, while we were doing the watch along, said we ought to do the watch along for Blood and Guts. I might do that. I might do that.
God,
I'm not sure.
Please don't. We got to review it Thursday anyway. Let's not double ourselves to that thing.
Got to watch it anyway, pal. Got to watch it anyway, buddy. But yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
So that's what I saw. There's nothing in this show that really appealed to me when I hit fast forward. It looked like just another show on Dynamite, another Wednesday show that was forgettable other than the opening segment. By the way, thanks for watching today. Please like and subscribe. We're at 880 subs now. We're getting that push to 1,000. We appreciate you guys' support. Appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. Super chats are open. If you got something you want to shit on today or you're angry about, let us know about it. There was a couple other things going on in the wrestling world this week. I did watch a little bit of Raw while I was on vacation. I watched a little bit of that in the Home Run Derby. I don't even know what happened. It was so forgettable. It was just forgettable segment.
It was forgettable. It was like they're in a holding pattern until SummerSlam, until the show right before SummerSlam. Then they'll like kick in with a big angle and a big tease. I got to get SummerSlam. I got to order SummerSlam. They'll make you do that. I got to see it on Peacock. They'll do that. They'll throw the teasers in there to stir the pot. They get you to watch it, which is a good thing. It's not bad.
Well, they better start hitting it up a little bit harder on this. They better start picking it up some. That's all I'm saying. Because
we want to talk about SmackDown.
I want to talk about a little bit. From what I saw about SmackDown, they put Cody Rhodes through a table at the end of the show, correct?
Yes.
This is 3 out of 4 weeks, I believe now, that they put somebody through a table in a segment of the show to close the show. Mm-hmm. What the hell are we doing, WWE? That you're circling the creative drain here heading into SummerSlam. You're doing the same shit on repeat. Find another way to get this across. Have somebody get their ass beat in the back of the alley or somewhere, and all of a sudden you hear the commentator go, well, we got news, something's going on backstage. Hold on. And have the cameraman running back out there like they used to, where it's not like it's scripted, where it feels more real, more violent. Somebody going through a table every week is getting old. And the other part I saw about this, and this is the first time I'm going to say this about Cody Rhodes, the lame shit that he does sometimes can get by a little bit. But that RVD spot he had with the chair on this SmackDown,
buddy,
that shit was awful. I didn't see much of anything about it, but I saw that shit and said, okay, Cody Rhodes is an excellent wrestler. Don't ever let him try some stupid shit like that again. That was horrible. And the chair shot he gave, what's his name? The goof from
Waller.
Yeah, Waller.
Grayson Waller. Waller was like waiting for, like he punched over and he's like looking around, like hit me.
You know what he looked like? He looked like he was posing in the Blue Oyster Cult waiting for it.
The Blue Oyster Cult waiting for it. Why Blue Oyster Cult?
Well, the Blue Oyster Club, I should say. Watch Police Academy, ladies and gentlemen.
From Police Academy, yes, the Blue Oyster, yes.
Yeah.
What was that song?
The Blue Oyster Club waiting for it.
Every time that you saw the neon sign.
Yes. Every time, yes. You know what it needed? It needed more cowbell.
Needed more cowbell.
So that was horrible. Everything I saw from this was just the shits. What are we doing, WWE? Here is the ball. Run with it. And you're doing shit like this with Cody Rhodes. And
you know what they did wrong, Don? You know what they did wrong in this whole angle? They got rid of Heyman too soon.
I would agree with that. But they had to write him on TV for an extended period of time. Would you agree?
Yes. So I would have to say that somebody's coming back at SummerSlam. Somebody's going to do a run-in. Somebody's going to be there. I don't know. Roman shows up and he gets his ass beat down by all of them. He says, okay, we're putting the band back together. That could be what happens. Not sure. But Paul Heyman was the glue that held the new bloodline angle together. They should have brought in another wise man who can talk. They should have brought in MVP to be the wise man for the bloodline.
Here we go.
We're going to get to that in a minute.
We're going to get to that in a minute. So that's sort of my opinion on what I read and what I saw about SmackDown. I'm not going to go back and rewatch the whole show. Apparently they were forgettable as shit. Mommy's back, which is like the big news on Raw. They're still going crazy over her. So they've got all of that goodwill from Mommy coming back in the house. She's got a lot of goodwill, man, and she's carrying that ball right now over that other channel.
Are they putting her with Jey Uso? Is that what's going to happen now?
No, God, no. I did see that too.
The love of God, don't do that.
Oh, God. The last thing I want to see is somebody yeeting on Mommy. That's the worst thing in the world. Don't ever let that happen.
Yeeting on Mommy?
I don't want to see that. Ever.
Some people might want to see that. Yeeting on Mommy.
Again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support.
There's a guy in the chat who might want to see that, and his initials are Beer Man. Beer Man.
I also saw there was just some weird shit going on this week in wrestling that I just...
Strange things are happening. Strange things.
What the hell is going on right now in the wrestling world, man? I go on vacation for a week, come back, and it's like utter chaos behind the scenes. The worst part of it was when every time I would check back online, the neck beards were coming unglued because they popped the 7 number. Just completely coming unglued. And then, and this is why the whole show's here.
Ooh, you hear that?
I did hear that. If we lose Bottles, folks, hang in there because he's in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Tremendous storm happening right now down here.
It's pretty chaotic. But having said that, there is no new contract for AEW television right now. There has not been a single sniff of one. Dave Meltzer said something on Twitter, I believe, and then redacted it like right away, corrected himself because he's being told to shut the hell up because he knows too much or he's being told too much and he's spilling the beans. He's saying things he probably shouldn't say. Right now, they don't have a contract in place. They don't have one. I read a couple of places. Go ahead.
What about all these people in France that say AEW pay-per-views and shows are on Max? They've always been on Max over in Europe.
Let's have this discussion now.
They've always been on that service over in Europe, not in the United States. People just discovered it right now.
You can watch different television shows in different countries on different streaming platforms. If people are not aware of this, congratulations, you've been educated. You can watch different shows on different streaming platforms. They have shows in England right now on Netflix that we can't watch here that are American shows because they have different broadcasting rights to those shows. It works differently across the world. Just because they're on Max does not mean that they've got a contract with these morons, you jackasses. And it got so bad because the word leaked out about this. I saw them saying some of the most inappropriate shit I've ever seen in my life. One guy indicated he was going to go into a dark room and self-lubricate himself endlessly. He was so excited for this news. Who talks about wrestling like this, man? Who are these people?
Self-lubricate himself.
Yes.
Self-lubrication.
Who is this excited over a wrestling company? Most times when I put on WWE Network to watch old school wrestling, it's so I can pass out due to bad wrestling from the early 80s. It wasn't all golden, children. Some of it sucked, but it's really good night medicine. It'll knock your ass right out. If you want to see some terrible shit, Go back to the very beginning of Mid-South Wrestling when they had some of the worst shit you've ever seen in your life before it got hot. Because that was some terrible shit and a terrible setting.
Here's a quote from Dave Meltzer. Dave said, this is on the 12th of July. This is the contract year, and it wasn't the greatest. Alvarez said to him, it's their contract year. It's been a rough one. Dave said it's been tough. They've lost a lot of interest.
No shit. Thank you for that pontification, Dave Meltzer. You complete and utter goof. Pam,
I left
for
out all the
$1.99. Thank you, Pam, for the $1.99 super chat. The True TV Championship will be a game changer. Don't write off Pluto TV yet, Pam. They're still in the running for this thing.
Yes, yes. And Tubi. Tubi TV.
Tubi, yes. So here, are you there?
I'm
Bottles?
here. I'm here.
Okay, that's where we go.
I can hear
my
you.
screen. Okay. It was the other part that I was going to talk about. There's now inside discussions inside Warner Brothers Discovery to split the company up and go their separate ways, having two different divisions altogether and splitting the company and seeing which one of them survives. Because right now it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. If they lose their NBA deal, I think I read somewhere they're losing like $5 billion a year in advertising or some crazy number like that. Something nuts. Maybe it was 2, maybe it was 5, but it was $1 billion word in advertising they were going to lose.
Yes, yes. They're matching the Amazon deal.
Yes,
but
that's what I
nothing's been confirmed. Nothing's been confirmed that the NBA will stay there. I don't know how that works with contracts. Do they have to stay there, Don, if they were already contracted to Warner Brothers Discovery and Warner Brothers matches that deal that's offered to them? Do they have to stay there?
No, they can go where they want. The contract's up. They are free to go where they wish. So even if they match the money, if they want to go try Amazon, because we can all see cable is dying. They need to rebrand all of this and stick it back together in a bundle service or a streaming platform, because the way it's working now with all these different cable channels that I don't watch, it's going to die. There's so much shit on my cable box I don't watch and I don't need, but I have to sub to get all the different damn channels that I actually want. That's what we're getting away from. Thank God. It's going to be a la carte mode here soon.
Streaming service bundling is the new cable TV I saw today.
Yes.
Big article.
Yes. I hit the wrong button.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I'm fucking up. To put it bluntly, I'm fucking up.
Okay.
I'm figuring out life, pal. Figuring out life. So again, and by the way, just because they don't get the NBA, why do people think that if they don't get the NBA, that TNT and TBS and Warner Brothers is going to then give more money over to AEW? Are you under a rock? Do you understand how much of a cost difference it is to have these two shows and to get commercials for these shows? We've actually taken time to take the notes to show here's all the actual TNT or TBS built-in ad revenues that they have to self-promote to keep this shit afloat.
Who says these things online? Young kids in their basement with anime profile pictures.
Or wrestling.
Or wrestling, yes. Or wrestling.
Typically,
young kids who have all their bills paid by their parents.
I just want to put that out there because I'm tired of seeing the same nonsensical tweets over and over and over again about, you know what? They're going to get so many damn dollars now that the NBA is leaving. No, they're not. They're not getting another dime. They're not getting another dollar. And everything that I've read and everything I've heard and everything I've been told, it's not going the way Tony Khan wanted it to go. It's not going well. He really thought he was going to get like a $250 million a year contract for this television show. And we're not even in that ballpark.
Right.
We're not even in that damn realm of reality.
No,
From
not near that at all. Remember what we said the last offer was? The last offer was a 3-hour Dynamite. They want to move it to Monday when Raw goes to Netflix. Then they want to get rid of Rampage altogether and cut Collision down to 1 hour on Saturday nights. That's it.
That's what we had read. That's what we had read, not what we were reporting.
Yes.
Which
that's
makes
what
all
we
the
read.
sense in the world, because let's face it, the shit is dying. Your show is not growing. You had one good night in the past 4 months, and your diehard fans are celebrating like it's Christmas in July. Literally like it's Christmas in July. This company's going the wrong way. You had to have an hour-long death title match to pop a number with your biggest star and your biggest signing for yet another, let's not even get to that, another meaningless title that's worth my ass wipes. It means nothing.
What that was to fill up an entire hour of TV time with that one match with the same two guys is just, I hate to use what another podcast would say, lazy booking. And we all know who says that on his show. It's lazy booking because, all right, these guys will just go in the ring and they'll do an hour. That's an hour of the show I don't have to write. That's all it is.
Why do they have that title? What does that title even mean? What does that title represent? That's what I'm saying, though. We've been saying it. I don't understand. And by the way, what are they going to do with the TBS and TNT championship if they leave? Are they just going to throw them in the trash? Are they just going to
be the true TV championship? The Tubi championship.
Tubi.
That's what it will be.
It
will be Pop TV
on another channel.
The Fox Sports 1 championship. Fox will never pick them up. They don't want any more wrestling.
No, they're done with wrestling. For whatever reason, them and wrestling are not getting along right now. I don't know if we talked about this last week or not, but the WWE is not happy with all their constant blackout segments where they're doing the live shows. They've had enough of this, and they let it be known, stop blocking our shit. It's getting old. Well, there's nothing that you need to block on this.
In September, SmackDown's moving to USA. They're done in September. Start of the new fall season for TV shows, and they're going to fill up. They're supposed to fill up that time slot on Fox with college football. That's the rumor.
Oh, well, that would make sense, to be honest. I mean, it would make the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch this Wednesday. I know we are. I'm going to be dreading it again because I'm going to be back in the saddle, and I'm going to be worried the whole time, literally, that somebody's going to die doing something stupid on this show if this is the Blood and Guts episode. Because they're going to do stupid shit.
I just saw someone in the chat referenced Shad Khan. Did you know Shad Khan owned a black news channel in select cable markets and select cable carriers?
Never heard of it.
A black news channel, and he shut it down. He had let everybody go because it wasn't making any money. But his son
is running hundreds of millions of dollars into the ground, just literally burying them in the backyard. Let's ignore that.
Right.
Imagine all the good. I understand he has a passion for this, and I get it. And I'd like to have another alternate wrestling product. I really would. I'd love to have an alternate wrestling product in cases like what happened Sunday or Friday night. Shit was terrible. Putting them through another table. We're never going to get it, though, with this guy booking. He's never going to hire the right people to do this. It is what it is. Anyway, a couple other news and notes I want to get to. Glacier made his debut on Saturday night in AEW. He's back. Glacier
Ray Lloyd?
is back. No, Glacier, the wrestler. Glacier.
That's Ray Lloyd.
Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat if you played that game. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
He has a new moniker now known as Hologram.
Yes, he's also lost a lot of muscle mass. He's a little slender guy now. He flies around the ring a lot more for a man of his age. Glacier looks good.
Looks a little bit smaller nowadays. I thought we were done with all these terrible goddamn nicknames from the 80s and 90s. I thought we were done with this. Are we really trying to bring this back now? Is this where we're going?
Yeah.
This is where we're going.
Yes. He can't organically create stars. So Tony Khan came up with this gimmick himself. Hologram. The design of the costume, the mask, the whole 9 yards. The guy is known as Aramis, which is a cologne, actually. Aramis. He's either from AAA or CMLL, one of those companies. But he's signed now to AEW, like they need another luchador randomly coming on TV. And he is Hologram. The gimmick will be gone. He'll be on Rampage or Collision. He debuted on Collision. So he's destined for Collision. That's where he's going to be. Collision.
Pam gave $1.99 for the super chat. I'm throwing this up there. The Yeti is greater than the hologram.
At least the Yeti was 7'2". Yes.
with the shortest
Hologram's
arms
probably
of any big man
5'8".
ever.
Yes.
The one thing I will never forget about the Yeti was when he was humping Hulk Hogan from behind. That had to be the worst shit I've ever seen to close out a pay-per-view. Literally, body just,
Then he went to the Blue Oyster for drinks after the show.
Yes. He went to the Blue Oyster and started looking for the Aussie. He bent over, waiting for the chair shot.
Yes. He's still waiting for the chair shot.
I really thought we were done with these horrible, horrible names. Horrible names. That's a terrible name. That's like the goddamn garbage man in the WWF in the 80s and 90s.
Don't you know it's his secret fetish? It's his secret fetish to run a promotion full of luchadors. So he had to create his own luchador. And that's what he's doing. He's creating, he's dipping his toe in many, many international wrestling fetishes is what he's doing. Next, he's going to have a Japanese guy come in, Chuck Sakamoto, with a samurai sword or whatever, and have him come in. That'll be a homegrown talent. That'll be Jimmy Wang Yang. They'll bring him in. He's not doing anything right now. He's not signed to any company.
Not to get off topic, but there was someone in the comments telling us that we're WWE marks. As we literally just shit on the WWE for having a goddamn awful show Friday. Fuck you. Back to the
I didn't even see the guy. Didn't even see the guy. Good. Good. WWE marks.
For his own good,
we criticized the shit out of him. The last two shows we did together.
Somebody's a handcuffed Darby Allin to the cage at the beginning of Blood and Guts. I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Blood. Dude, Fluff, I agree with everything you say. I am worried this guy is going to kill himself for real in the ring. He's got something. He's got charisma. He's not overly big. He can sell. If we could cut out the stupid stunts that he wants to do in every damn match, I would appreciate that. But he's always got to take it to that one-step edge. He wants to be Mick Foley and recreate that insane almost tragedy where he could have died coming off the top of the ring. He wants to be known as that guy. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why. It's everything this guy does is a danger spot. It's a stunt gone wrong. Through the glass, over the tables, through a damn chair. It's just, dude, you know, sometimes I just want to see you have a good wrestling match. I don't want to see you damn near die every time you get in the ring. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not that guy. Maybe I'm not the guy that they need to be watching this show anymore. Maybe I'm the guy they don't want watching this show. I like Darby Allin. I don't want to see that poor little kid die. That's what I'm trying to say. It bothers me to no end.
He's a 30-year-old man, that poor little kid.
Look.
Little Darby. Look at the cute little Darby.
You can't look at that guy and take him seriously as a grown man at that size. I'm sorry.
You can't. Not wrestling guys like the Butcher and Lance Archer and the Blade. Have you seen Lance Archer bitching online about how he's not being used?
Yes, I did see that. And I also saw, thank you, by the way, very much, Fluff, for $5. Appreciate that.
Fluff.
And your comment, because it's very much noted. You're completely right. I don't know why this kid is hell-bent on killing himself in the middle of this ring, but I hope it doesn't happen on this show. But yes, I did see where go ahead. What's what you're saying?
He cut a promo the other night. He cut a promo when after Collision to the crowd, live crowd. I saw it on Twitter. He said, a lot of people said I wouldn't live to be the age of 30. Well, I'm 30 years old right now, and I feel terrific.
Oh, God. I was talking about Lance Archer.
Lance Archer, yes. Lance Archer. The Murder Hawk, as they call him.
Bubba Ray Dudley had some comments on his Twitter feed about that as well. Did you see that? Did you happen to catch that?
Yes. He was talking to Lance Archer. They were talking back and forth. And basically, Bubba said, you're just lumped in with guys like Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow. They, in a company full of little guys, the big men are going to lose out.
To me, it's absurd in every way. Those guys should be pushed to the moon just because of their size. They should sell very little just because they are three of the biggest guys in this company by far, not even close. Why Tony Khan can't figure out a way to use these guys is beyond me.
Archer's what? Almost 50 now.
I have no idea.
He's been around a long time. I think in the early 2000s, he did one point in time, he was in TNA. He's made the rounds. I don't think he's been in WWE, but he's made the rounds. You all right?
Yeah. I don't know what you do with Big Black and Jacked. They've rebooted that guy so many times. Then he got hurt. I feel bad for that guy because, I feel bad for him. We've asked the question 100 times. I've forgotten the guy's name now because he's disappeared so much.
Who?
Shit. You just said his name, and it's already escaped me again because I never see him. He gets a run of 3 months, and then he's gone. Hobbs. No, not Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs, yeah. Powerhouse Hobbs.
No, not Hobbs. Not Hobbs. The guy that was the MGF bodyguard forever. The name's
Wardlow.
Steve Wardlow. 6 months. Every 6 months, Wardlow gets a reboot, happens for 3 months, rebuilds his character, and then he's gone. Yeah. Every 3 months, he's gone, dude. Why? Why can't that guy get a steady push? Why?
I think that if you're vocal backstage and question the booking of Tony Khan, you're shuffled off to a retirement facility until you change your attitude. See, open your handbooks, folks, and look under S, Starks, Ricky, and you'll see.
Yeah, where the hell is that guy?
What's that?
Where the hell is that guy?
That guy was training with Jade Cargill and the Street Profits and Natalya and Tyson Kidd and a couple of other people from the WWE and several videos on Twitter about 6 months ago when Jade signed with the WWE.
I saw that. No, I saw
right.
That.
And then he was on the shit list. He said on Twitter in an interview, it was excerpted, that Tony Khan's big idea was to split him and Big Bill up. They were a tag team. And they were going to feud. And he was supposed to beat Big Bill in the feud. And he said, how's this helping Big Bill? How's this helping Bill? How's this helping me? And then with everything with the videos of him training and all that, and his contract's running out, and it's supposed to be up at the end of this month. They tacked on time from when he broke his neck, and he was out for a while. Yeah, and another time when he got hurt, he was out for a while. They add on the time, baby.
Hold on, let me add on time because you broke your neck in my ring wrestling untrained wrestlers. How the hell does that work out? You are in the ring doing dumb shit with my dumb wrestlers. That is one thing that I don't think, if they want to take his ass to court, I think they could sue Tony Khan and get the hell out of contracts and that kind of shit. That's just me. You can't add on time to my wrestling contract because I got hurt in your ring doing dumb shit with your untrained athletes. That would not fly.
Supposedly at the end of this month, Ricky Stark is freed up. But we'll see what happens.
They've been saying that, though, Johnny, for 2 months now.
I know that.
Well, I do know one guy that's about to be free of his contract. A couple of guys, actually. Bobby Lashley and MVP are on their way out of the WWE for now. Maybe not forever, but for now, it's time to go their own way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that's headed. That was reported earlier today. The Almighty is still featured on the official website. He has reportedly been removed from the internal roster behind the scenes of the company. Lashley has been off TV program for a few months, and the Street Profits team he's associated with have moved on. He does plan to continue wrestling if he does not reach a deal to WWE, according to those close to him. Right. It's also not out of the realm of possibility he makes a fighting return to the world of combat sports. MVP, UFC? Not much. Hell, he's too old for UFC. He's too old for UFC.
Slap fight?
No, he is that. He doesn't
slap fighting championships.
He doesn't strike me as the guy that lives in the trailer parks.
Right.
Come on in the slap fight. I'll smack the shit out of you. See if you can stand up.
You also forgot Tamina is finally off the internal roster.
I don't think I forgot that. I think I permanently Control-Alt-Deleted that shit from my brain.
Should we go over the series of tweets that MVP put out?
Has he? Oh, God. How many has he put out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 where he replied to people. Oh, I can't believe Vince fucked this up. I assume it was him. MVP replied. Triple H had the power to fix it. It should have kept y'all together. Damn you, Vince. Triple H had the power to fix. He chose not to. Go figure. Another one writes, absolute perfect. Sean writes, as much as I would love to see the Hurt Business back on TV, the only way I'd want it back is if Shelton Benjamin's back in the fold. Ain't the Hurt Business without him. Once he's back, let's run it back. MVP replies, that's the only way. The current regime doesn't want it either. You got to talk to Hunter, Nick, and William. Get the band back together with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. MVP replied, we did. He said no.
Okay.
Can we get the Hurt Business back? Triple H said no. The Triple H era is emasculating black men. Here we go. I'm really hating it. Triple H replies, you see it. I mean, not Triple H. MVP replies, you see it.
I'm about to say.
Whoa. What noise do we have to make for the Hurt Business to happen again? MVP replies, none, it's over. The powers that be made that clear. Somebody like you doesn't get to be a world champion. It's your job to make people like me laugh. Triple H. That's a quote from him. He meant that. Shaking my head. LOL. And MVP replied, keep it 100.
You said something.
There's accusations, I guess, veiled accusations of racism from Triple H towards black talent.
Triple H had a lot to do with the booking when Bobby Lashley was given the strap, correct?
Yes.
Okay. He was on the creative team when Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar or whoever it was that took the title. Bill Goldberg, whoever the hell it was.
Sure.
Bobby Lashley doesn't speak well on the microphone when the lights go on. That voice doesn't fit that body. It's like looking at a Mack truck and Mike Tyson's voice comes out. It doesn't it doesn't connect. It doesn't make any sense. Like those two things just didn't gel well. That's why he got MVP for mouthpiece. You said something a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know what's going on backstage, and I'm not going to pretend I do. But you said maybe MVP is just an asshole to deal with. The tweets kind of make it feel like he's kind of an asshole to deal with. Like, bro,
a lot of people have their favorites in wrestling, and their favorites can do no wrong. Okay. And you would think that you see these people on TV and they're like they are backstage, where they're strong and supportive of each other. The faces are, and the heels are, looking out for number one and all this. They're not like that in real life.
No,
it's fantasy. They're not like that in real life. They want to protect their spots is what they want to do. And that would mean doing whatever you can to keep your tenterhooks, as the old folks say, keep your meat hooks into your spot and not budging. You don't want anybody to come up and take your place. And that's what they do. They have to do whatever they can to deep six other people or say what they have to say to do what they got to do and keep and stay where they're at. What's that?
Here's since you said deep six, I haven't heard that reference in a long time. I'm going to deep six your ass. You keep it up, pal.
Exactly. So MVP can be an asshole. I'm sure some of your favorites are assholes in real life. Sami Zayn is the biggest pain in the ass to deal with. The biggest pain in the ass to break down matches and decide what's going to happen with his promos and this and that. He would constantly go to the agents and Vince back and forth for hours before the show, just going over the nuances of the promo and substituting wording. And what do I do? Well, how about if I do this spot? The agents would pulling their hair out.
Larry says, hey, Derek. No, he says, was it MVP and Jericho having words in an elevator? Yes, it was, Larry.
Yes,
it was. And I believe it happened more than once as circumstances happen.
Twice.
I believe it's happened more than once where they've gotten into it. So Jericho's a prick. We all know that, but I'm not saying that MVP walks on water either. Look, Bobby Lashley hasn't come out and ripped anybody, right? He's not coming out going, you sons of bitches. Triple H is a racist. This is bullshit. I should have another shot. I had another good run. He's been here for what, like 4 or 5 years again on this next run? He's been here for a while. It hasn't been that he just came in for the last month or so. He's been here for years on this second run.
Look, white talent, not all white talent is fantastic. Not all white talent can talk or has all the cool moves or has charisma. Not all the black talent does either. Not all the Asian talent has it. It's not a sense of racism. It's just that Bobby Lashley is a 48-year-old man, almost 48 years old. He's winding his career down right now. I don't care if he looks like, been injured a few times. He's injured now, and his contract's coming up. And they're negotiating right now, and they probably don't want to give him what he wants. And
or maybe
it is what it is.
Maybe, and here's the other side of that coin. Maybe Bobby said, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go do something else. We're not going to renew you. That's fine. I didn't want to be renewed anyway. I got other shit I want to do. There's other interests in my life besides wrestling.
Why wouldn't TKO put him in a match in UFC? Why couldn't you have a WWE talent train for a match in UFC to bring more eyes on the WWE? It would be a conversation piece. It would be, I don't want to say freak show match, but
just
it would
the
bring
age.
eyes.
Just the age.
Right.
The age
Right.
itself. That's the main issue.
MVP had knee problems. He had hip problems. He couldn't go in the ring. He was walking with a cane. He was a pain in the ass backstage at TV tapings. So they put him on the house show circuit, managing Omos, teaching Omos the ways and means of being a wrestler on the road. And that's what he's been doing this whole time.
And now Omos is missing in action. Never to be seen again. He is in the witness protection program.
He's almost out the door.
Which, by the way, this is also needs to be said. Bookers do have their favorite talents. Let's not forget that.
Oh,
Triple H is not innocent of having his own favorite wrestlers. Because I still can't figure out
DIY.
Yeah, why does Johnny Gargano still have a goddamn job? Why is this guy still around? I don't get that at all. I don't get the Australian dipshit either. That dude's just annoying at this point in time.
Waller?
He's wallowing on something, pal. That guy's annoying as shit at this point in time. And I don't mean like heat, like, oh, that guy's a bad guy. I can't wait to lose it. Get the fuck off my TV like Chris Jericho heat. Get the hell out of here.
When Triple H was booking NXT, okay, they brought in the Street Profits. He built them up. Great angles with them. They made it to the main roster. Carmelo Hayes. Keith Lee was a big Triple H project. And he was great in NXT. When he came to the main roster, Vince fucked everything up with Keith Lee.
Well, he started talking. Keith Lee started talking.
Indubitably.
Like I said. I'm a badass.
That's one of his words. Indubitably. Yes.
By the way, thank you all for watching tonight on a Sunday night. Please like and subscribe. Super chat's open. If you got something to say, you got something you want to discuss.
Yes.
Please continue with your rant.
All I can say is that there's a lot of black talent that Triple H developed, brought up. Bianca Belair is another one. Bianca Belair. How about her?
Yeah, that was one of his originals in NXT when he was running that show, huh?
Sure, absolutely. Sasha Banks. That was a big project of Triple H. And she called him Papa. Papa H is what she called him behind the scenes because she loved that guy so much. And he shepherded her career straight through NXT and up to the main roster, and it was fantastic. I'll never forget when she wrestled Bayley at the, what's the center in New York? The smaller arena that they would book for.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It begins with a B.
Raw shows?
Not they would do the Raw shows.
Big one.
What is it?
Barclays is a big building.
Barclays is where they had NXT.
No, that's a big show.
Oh, no. Barclays, they ran an NXT show at the Barclays Center. Yes, they did.
Then that's a big show.
Yes.
That's where the Nets play. Yeah, that's where the Nets play.
Yes. Very big arena. Well,
for those of you that aren't sure, for those of you that don't know, the New Jersey Nets are a shitty basketball team that no one watches. Continue.
We're going to take this time out to shit on the Nets. Thank you.
I'm coming for you next, Knicks.
I'll never forget when Triple H had a big bouquet of flowers like they do over in Japan and handed them the shots to Sasha Banks, who was crying in the ring because she put on such a great performance. So he really, he develops who he thinks has it, has the charisma, Bobby Lashley has got charisma through presence. Just the size of that guy.
Yes, and that's what it is.
Ring.
He's like Brock Lesnar. Great point. He's like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar does not cut the greatest promos. He's a lot better than Bobby Lashley, but it helps him to have a mouthpiece. It helps him. And by the way, before anybody comes to me about it's the Brooklyn Nets now, don't bullshit yourself. You're still from South Jersey. You're still trash.
Shitting all over Block Larry. Jesus, God almighty. When he's running this country, he's the VP. I just saw him. He said, they're so shitty, Don forgot they were now the Brooklyn Nets.
I know,
you know when he's the vice president, when he's the vice president of this country with Beer Man.
I didn't even see his remark, but I knew somebody was going to say it. Figured it'd be him. Figures.
What happened to the game we love, professional wrestling? What happened to it? Why is everyone fighting about it and getting their panties on a wad? And the shittiest show on television does almost 800,000 viewers, and everybody's having a circle jerk online. All these 16-year-old kids, their wieners are now orange stained from handling their Cheetos and their piece in a circle jerk online, a global circle jerk on social media.
Now,
I just can't believe it.
Hold on.
What happened?
Well, I tell you right now, there's going to be some sad people in this world because one of their darlings looks like she had a significant injury last night.
Sky Blue?
Sky Blue looks like she seriously hurt her ankle last night in a match trying to catch a chick coming off the apron that her little ass has got no business catching.
That ass isn't little, pal.
Relatively speaking, she's trying to catch another female that's as big or bigger than her. She's got no spot. She's got no business in that spot. That ankle's not going to take that much weight. And as soon as it happened, she went down screaming, and that was it. It was game over. So maybe another broken ankle. I don't know, but it didn't look good, and I don't think she'll be around for a while. Like Dusty Rhodes once said, don't do shit you don't know how to do. It is what it is.
That's AEW, buddy. AEW, that's what they all do.
SCM, Beer Man, Block Larry, 2024 US. I've got my vote. Right. I'm going to do a write-in on it.
Yeah. Who else?
I don't know that Block Larry's coming through on the ticket, but we're going to find out. What other wrestling news did you have, sir? Because I had a couple more.
Let me close this out real quick. I see from Women of Wrestling, we're getting some more Samoans. Have you heard this?
God.
Free agent tag team, the Taga Twins, have been pictured at the Performance Center following their departure from Women of Wrestling in May. I would assume that they are signed with WWE. That's what I'm assuming. Also, can you believe that Tony Khan said Adam Copeland's been on the greatest run of his career at AEW? Can you believe that?
Yeah, I saw the Adam Copeland comment. It's just, I understand that you've got to push your promotion, but can we step into reality every now and then? What would have hurt him to say, I felt like Adam Copeland's run in AEW was tremendous so far. I'm terribly sorry he got injured. I felt like he was still on an upward trajectory. Instead, he's got to say, greatest run ever in his career, ever. Better than feuding with Cena. Better than feuding with The Undertaker. So much better than everything. It sounded like a Trump speech.
Mm-hmm.
He's been so much better. Way better than
the best he's ever been.
Make
AEW great again.
Let's be honest, the Cena thing, it was a thing.
It's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest run with the greatest old wrestler who had the greatest career at another company that wasn't so great, but we're greater. So we had the greatest run for this great wrestler. And there's great things coming with this great wrestler.
And then Funker had enough of it and said, your mother's a whore. We're getting off the rails now. Punch drunk
Stephanie Vacker, a new signing who, by the way, has debuted for their Mexican tour for the WWE. She was a girl from the Forbidden Door match who wrestled Mercedes Moné.
I know who she is now.
And she got picked up right away, pal, by WWE. And one of the factors involved, Don, and why she decided to go with WWE, Shawn Michaels personally called her up and told her, look, this is what we're going to do with you when you sign with us. We got a Mexican tour coming up. Also, we're going to bring you into NXT. Julia, who's the Japanese-Italian wrestler from Marigold and from Stardom, she's going to be debuting next month. You guys are going to go and run roughshod through NXT. This is what's going to happen. And you're going to be headlining the Mexican tour also. And here's your creative plans. And here's your money, by the way. This is what we're going to pay you. And one of the factors involved in her taking this deal was the fact nobody picked her up from the airport before Forbidden Door. She's in this country, can't speak. She could barely speak a lick of English. As she's standing at the airport going, okay. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está Tony Khan? ¿Dónde está Tony?
Oh, shit.
¿Dónde está Antonio? Okay.
Did you hear what CM Punk did? He said, I tried to hit her on her beeper.
Try to hit her on her beeper. Yes.
God
no.
knows.
Yes. Not good at all, pal. Not good at all. Have you heard about the poor bastard?
Wait, hold on now. Let's just gather this in for a minute.
Maybe I just glossed over that a little too much. Let's peel back an onion layer. Go ahead, Don.
How in the hell do you do this again? Again. This ain't the first time that this has happened. Again, you have left a wrestler completely out of their mind, confused on where to go.
I know how you do it. You know how you do it? Cocaine and weed. That's how you do it. The guy in charge of like doing the travel plans is probably all shit-faced on cocaine and weed.
Toot it up is the expression. Toot it up.
Toot it up. Yes. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either.
It don't get no better than that, pal. Doesn't get any better than that.
Clearly not. Please continue.
Anyway, she's in the WWE now, and she's going to be putting on some fantastic matches. If her match with Monet was any indication, she will be fantastic.
I look forward to seeing how she does. We'll see.
By the way, I saw today that they're shitting all over Julia. She said, if I knew it was going to be this bad when I went to help. What's the guy's name? The guy who quit Stardom and he started his own promotion. Rossi, is that his name? Japanese guy. He was behind Stardom. Idea. He was the booker. He started his own promotion called Marigold. She said, if I would have known that people are going to be treating me this way on social media, I never would have came here. I would have went straight to the WWE. Rossi Ogawa. You okay? What do you got going on there, pal? What happened?
I was laughing so hard I fucked my headsets up.
You okay now?
Oh my God. Yeah.
The headset kicked out. There you go. The headset kicked out.
You're fucking killing me right now.
But
anyway.
Julia's she's got a little bit of sour grapes.
Fucking airport.
What's that?
They left her at the airport.
Left her at the airport. Left Stephanie Vaquer at the airport. Vaquer, whatever her name is. Anyway, look for her and Julia to kill it when they go to NXT and shake up that roster and smack the shit out of some of those newbies down there in NXT. I wouldn't be surprised if they just move her right to the main roster. That's what they should do. But there's they actually have language.
She's got to learn the language though first. Yeah,
they've got English language training classes.
They've got to get her on that first.
Yeah,
you've got to be able to cut a promo in this country to connect with the fans. You just have to.
Yes. They'll probably pair her up with Dominic Mysterio. She'll be the new mommy.
Ooh.
Think about that.
I didn't like them apples. Okay,
yes. That could.
Get a little bit of time, though. We're still a ways from that.
Have you ever seen the X-Men? The comic books or the TV series, the animated series?
Dude, I wasn't born under a goddamn rock.
I got you.
Have you ever seen a car drive down the road?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked? Have you ever seen in front of a plane before?
But yeah, Cyclops.
A hospital, what is it? It's a big building with doctors.
You're on a roll tonight. It's called a medical facility, pal. God damn it.
That's it, pal. That's probably why Vince hated that term hospital, because he had flashbacks to Airplane. An Airplane too. Anyway, she dresses her ring gears pattern after Psylocke from the X-Men cartoon series and comic books.
Is there fire coming out of the crotch?
No, that's a totally different wrestler. Veronica Firecrotch.
Oh, God. For those of you that don't know, that's an old hit. Very oldie, but a goodie. Literally, a wrestler got into it with me and said I was an asshole because I pointed out probably having fire come out of your crotch was not a good look for a female wrestler. Just my opinion.
She was lamenting.
Be known as the syphilis queen.
She was lamenting the treatment of female wrestlers and how chauvinistic. She was
lamenting the fucking great things about vaccines after she had that shit, pal.
Is that what it was? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Oh, yes. She had it was a picture of her in her ring gear, and she had flames on her crotch. I don't think
not just on her crotch, coming out of it. No, I just said probably not a good idea. That's all I said, because she was going basehead on me.
Crotch
you
flames.
Can't do this shit. All right, lady, calm down.
Crotch flames. Basehead. Anyway. Did you say basehead?
Basehead. She was going full basehead. Anyway, there was one other thing I want to talk about.
Going
now you throw me completely off.
Base. I got to remember that.
Mark Henry.
You crazy.
This was my last piece of news today.
Yes.
Mark Henry said he is open to coming back to the WWE, but he only wants to come back if they leave him open to do what he wants to do in his free time. Excuse me. I'm guessing that means, guessing that means the busted open radio is sort of what he's hinting at there. I know he enjoys doing that show. You can tell he enjoys doing that show. I catch it when I can. I wish Mark Henry the best of luck. I don't know that going back into a wrestling company for him is really a good idea at this point in his career. Look, you're retired. Enjoy the retirement. Sign a Legends deal. Go on your own way. Have a good time. Because I can't remember the last time I saw this guy on AEW. I don't know when the last time was I saw him. Do you?
He used to be he used to be on Dynamite, saying it was split screen. He'd be in the middle. You had one opponent on one side, him on the other. He talked to them about their issues. He says, all right, let's get ready for the main event. Then he moved him over to Rampage. And then to Collision. And then right off the air. Gone. And I guess he was a talent scout like he was in his latter days at WWE when he was off the air. He was a talent scout. He, I believe he discovered Braun Strowman. That's the type of guy he was looking for, like the big bodybuilder, strongman contest winners. That's what Strowman was. So that's probably what he wants to do.
He told a good story about Steve Austin. Remember when he bent that rebar on TV as a show of strength?
Yes.
There's a story about it where he was walking around with it backstage after it happened, and Steve Austin comes up and grabs it to see if it was real. He starts with it, he goes, God damn, kid, they could have gimmicked that, and just walked away.
He bent the rebar. He would take a cast iron frying pan and bend that.
And roll it up like a damn burrito.
Use his thigh. Hold it on his thigh and bend it around. And good Lord, man.
The strength that guy has in his hands. My God.
What a promo. That retirement promo and the pink jacket.
Yes.
What a promo that was.
You don't want that guy rolling your joints. You'll never get anything out of it. Be token on that bitch for the next year.
Good Lord.
That, and there was one other piece of business. There was two other pieces of business. Did you see the Big Show was back in the ring? Paul White.
He's is he back in the ring or is he just training?
No, he had a wrestling match this past week.
Both hips replaced and both knees replaced.
Why not get back in the ring? Let's give it one more shot.
Why not? 52-year-old man. Let's completely destroy all the new joints in the rest of my body. He doesn't know how fortunate he is.
It didn't look good. It really didn't look good. It
guys that broke, Don. Are they that broke? They didn't save any money.
No, I know for a fact the Big Show saved his money, but it's one of those deals where they can't let it go. In their head, they are mentally 30 years old forever physically. They still see themselves as that, but they're not. And they can't see that version of themselves. And most guys can't see it until it's way too late. Look at Ric Flair. He still can't see it. He's
can't
like,
let
I
it
can
go,
go today.
Can't let it go. I just saw a clip on Twitter of on Charlotte's Twitter account. They were in the back of a boat and the engine and the wakes behind the boat. And he's there going, woo! And she's just there with the sunglasses on. He's drinking a Michelob. Woo! Always got a drink in his hand, dude. That guy, I bet he's up at 8 o'clock in the morning making himself a vodka and tonic.
No, he is not. I can tell you he's not. I can tell you what he's doing.
What's he doing?
He does go work out first. Every day he goes and works out first. Then he starts drinking.
Interesting. Very interesting.
He still works out. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Super Chat's open. Got a couple of little businesses here I want to talk about.
I forgot to. We were talking about Ric Flair just now. Woo Energy is done with AEW.
Yes. Yes, they are.
He's done with AEW.
Yes. What happened to that multi-year deal that they bragged about signing with Woo Energy? Multi-year, exclusive partner, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, exactly.
Buddy, nobody's buying that Panther piss. Nobody's drinking that.
Actually, it's mushroom tips.
And Panther piss.
I'm not thinking either way. It's disgusting. I've read all
Have you
about
tried
it.
it.
I don't need to try. I'm not trying that shit.
Has anyone in the chat, we'll throw this out to the chat. Has anyone in the chat tried Woo Energy, wherever it may be sold? I've looked for it at the Circle K, and I haven't seen it. At your local corner. In the back of a Buick station wagon from.
Oh, it's definitely not in the store. It's on the back. It's on your corner somewhere. Someone is selling it like crack. You want some Woo Energy, baby?
A gray-haired man wearing a suit made out of whorehouse curtains with a big gold chain hanging around his neck and a WWE Hall of Fame ring.
Drinking a Michelob Ultra, screaming, woo!
Let's mix it with Woo Energy, dollar can.
There was one other big piece of news this week. Dolph Ziggler is your world champion.
For TNA.
For TNA.
They also sold 4,000 tickets to that show.
I did see they sold a bunch of tickets.
TNA is slowly becoming the new number 2.
Let's calm that horse down.
Come on now.
Look, when they start doing that for a show on a Thursday night, then we'll talk. Until then, we're not having that discussion in an open conversation.
I know, Don. I just figure I throw a little gasoline on the fire, pal. I think it you started up a little bit.
They're down, and they're down already. Like, I'm not going to kick the dead dog.
What about Joe Hendry?
What about him?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Well, everybody does. That's why the show's doing so well.
Yeah, and he lost. He got eliminated. First guy eliminated in that match, Joe Hendry.
Oh, I imagine that. Some of the stars or some of the wrestlers at TNA came out and talked about their working relationship with WWE,
and they say it's great.
Shit all over AEW.
Yep.
Just said this is so much better. It's not even close. So it's not just us talking about it, Bottles. It's other people too, and the wrestlers. And I'm glad Mike Digital just showed up because I got something else to say.
What's that?
Mike Digital first pointed out to us that AEW was completely robbing his favorite wrestler, Crowbar, of his gimmick. Pointed out to us, said, go watch his shit. This was a year or so ago, maybe a little bit over a year. And we said, hey, we'll go check it out. And sure enough, they were straight robbing his shit.
Yeah.
And it's become more and more evident. And a certain podcast show named Eric Bischoff had Crowbar on to talk about the fact that they're robbing him of his gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying we sort of had it first. We
do a lot of things here first, pal, in this shitty little podcast that we have with your magic windows and my fake backdrop.
Don't give away the gimmick.
My kayfabe backdrop. Actually, that is my house.
Real windows.
I'm in a spare bedroom that we use for storage in my house, a back bedroom, which is just filled with cases of water. You need that down here in Florida. Totes, plastic totes. I got an old air conditioner sitting on the floor. TV against the
no
wall.
Words for you right now. That concludes what I've got for wrestling. We're going to be back Thursday to talk about what is going to
Thursday
happen.
or Tuesday?
Thursday.
No Tuesday show?
No Tuesday show this week. We're going to do Thursday because I'm going to give myself a few days to get back in the saddle. And I sure as hell don't want to talk about WWE Raw for an hour on Tuesday after we got to sit through that shit for 3 hours of its other show like last week.
Because if we do that, we'll be labeled WWE dick lickers, and we don't want to do that.
No, we don't.
No, sir.
Because I'm probably going to shit on this company if they don't get any better than what they did last week. Again, thank you all for watching. Hit that notification button. Hit the ring-a-ling on the ding-a-ling, as they say. We appreciate your support. I'm going to go yell at some people on my lawn right now.
Let me see if I got anything
Got
else.
anything else,
I got
Bottles?
nothing else. I'm looking right now, pal. I'm looking right now. Hurt Business reunion in AEW. That's what they're talking about already.
Yeah, don't want to hear that shit. Never going to happen.
Never going to happen.
No.
They would be lost, literally lost in the sauce.
I have no doubt in my
AEW.
mind that if MVP wanted, not MVP, but I don't think Bobby Lashley wants to keep doing wrestling right now. I think he's got other interests. I had a good 6-year run. Let me go do something else for a while. Hell, this run might have been longer than his first run. In retrospect, I can't remember.
Could be. What do you think, Don? I know this isn't wrestling related, but what do you think about that Deadpool and Wolverine movie coming out this weekend?
They got to do something with Marvel. I think it's a good step, a good first step in the right direction to do something to make it entertaining again. So I'm hoping it's going to be well.
I dig the trailers. I really do. The latest trailer, they fell out of a building, Deadpool and Wolverine landed on a car on a city street. A little girl said, "Dude, that's Wolverine." And Deadpool said, "Yes, it is. Disney brought him back. He'll be doing this till he's 90.
There's parts of the thing of the movie and clips I've seen that just crack me up. It looks like it's tremendous.
Hilarious stuff. Supposedly the Hulk is in this. Sabretooth, they bring him back. I saw him in a trailer. A version of Spider-Man. All alternate universe shit that's going to be taking place in this. But Don and I are big comic book fans. So
yes, we are.
We got this going on. Don, that's all I can think of right now. Are we done?
I think we're done. I want to thank you again. Thanks for stopping by.
Please subscribe. 120. We're looking for 120. Get over to home.
Trying to get that 1,000. Tell everybody about us. We'll be back. Tell everybody about us. I got to get this son of a bitch off my lawn.
Who's out there?
You know who's out there.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.